In nature, you want a complete system that's operating, within itself. So now we've been farming for 24 or so years that way, and the system, the soils, it's all based on the soil, so the soils are improving all the time. There's more organic matter and there's a lot more diversity of plants, and the nutrition of the pastures we grow seems to be a lot better. We're certainly seeing healthier animals as a result. When we first decided to go organic, I dreaded telling my father, and when I put it to him, he surprised me. He was very much on board with the whole thing. In fact, he was an organic farmer himself, and we didn't know it, because when he went to Ag College, they taught organic agriculture. So they talked about things like humus and improving the fertility of the soil, moving stock around to break the worm cycle, doing all the things that we now maybe think we've invented, but it was already there prior to the Second World War, when chemicals and fertilisers became used widely, synthetic fertilisers, that is. Before that it was all organic. At first I didn't think it was possible, but we did some courses and educated ourselves in such a way that we could see that it was possible. We had to innovate ourselves quite a bit. We found that for all the perceived problems, we found a way around those problems and were able to incorporate it into our system. So it was a challenge at first. One of the major ones was, how do we control worms? With holistic management, we found the keys in that by rotating our stock, so that broke the worm cycle. Not being able to use a synthetic fertiliser, we started using compost, so that became a very effective fertiliser. We noticed when we started cell grazing that the weeds were reduced, and now that we've introduced perennial pastures, the perennial pastures outcompete a lot of the plants that we consider as weeds, and we're still planting perennial grasses, but we've got a lot of the land under perennials now. So they utilise any summer rain we have, and they will grow outside of the normal growing season. So we get a continuous pick of green feed. What I've seen is paddocks that was virtually non-productive. Some areas of the paddock would be sand. Those areas are now quite productive, in fact very productive. So we've seen a big increase there. A general increase in the volume of feed we produce. Also, the thing I've noticed is the improvement in the health of the stock. So much healthier than they ever used to be. Our collection of rainfall has improved so much. So in the past we had a lot of runoff. Now we're seeing rainfall being absorbed into the soil where it falls rather than running. The perennial grasses in the system, so they create a pathway for the rain to run straight into the soil, but also the fact that we maintain a cover on the soil at all times, and that all helps with soil temperature and the ability of the soil to accept rainfall when it falls. Because we've created a healthy system for our cattle to graze on, we don't need to use hormones, vaccines and antibiotics. We're certified and we're audited every year to make sure we're actually doing the right thing. So that is your guarantee that there's certainly no chemical used in our system. Then you're assured that what you're buying is coming from the source it's supposed to, and that you have a safe product for your family.